Hello, hello. Thank you, folks, for watching the UltraPerform Show, the show about performing your best in business and life. Today we have a very special guest, Salenta Fox. She's been a good friend of mine for about 15 years or so, since we were like 12.
Basically.
Yeah. And she is an energy training coach, and she's going to share with us some tricks and to-dos to train your energy. And what does that mean? When you say train your energy, what is that?
Well, your energy is working around your body all the time. Really just bringing awareness into the system of how that moves so you can use how your energy moves to feel better, but also to start to influence other people.
What do you mean by influence other people?
What I mean by that is, Adam,
I'm like,
how do you feel when you're around me?
calm. That's the main thing that I feel, calm.
Have you always felt calm around me?
Hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So even I did not get that all the time, but that's partly like when you can maintain a certain resonance or feeling within yourself, then other people start to feel that when they're around you, and you can change what that thing is. But feeling calm around other people is a good thing because it puts their defenses down. It makes them feel more in their body, their nervous system becomes more regulated, and so they start performing their best. So people feel good around you. They want to be around you more. They want to, like you, trust you. So what that means is all of us are doing it all the time. We're influencing each other energetically all the time because it's just what happens. We feel each other if we know it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So what this training does, it just teaches you and allows you to realize that you can actually influence that. You can firstly influence how you feel directly and change it within just a few minutes, but you can also start to influence how others feel around you too.
How do you do that?
Well, there's a whole system. Well, number one is you're just jumping right into this stuff, dude.
Well, yeah, I thought I forgot to tell you it's going to be just like a conversation
Yeah,
like we
fine.
usually have, except
Yeah,
for
that's
certain
cool.
things.
That's
Excuse
cool.
me.
But
I mean, you can just give us like, obviously she can't train you to do it right now, but she can give you maybe just a little thing to focus on. There's a reason why.
Well, the very first thing is just to start to bring your awareness into that you have energy. Number one is, and because people will say, well, what is that? Well, firstly, it's about tuning into your sensations and feelings. Like we were hanging out the other night and you had a thought in your mind and you're like, oh, we need to leave the room. Someone's going to come down. And we did. You acted on it. We left. And 2 minutes later, someone came down. That is you trusting. You're first noticing, you're trusting it, and you're acting on it. Well, it's the same thing about the sensations that you feel around other people, because that's energy in a way.
Well, where would you say where that is the law of attraction to intuition? I've always struggled with the two things. Like, where is it that I'm attracting? If I'm attracting everything, then how do I know something's about to happen?
Well,
when I'm attracting it.
Well, those are two. Well, I think everything is interplaying with each other all the time, but your body knows what's going to happen before things happen. Did you hear about the study that the military did about?
I have the 17-page document or something. I move around my life, but I don't hardly ever read it. I need to read it. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a lot about the law of attraction, how you create your world and stuff.
That is not the one that I'm talking about. They saw that, so our body holds, they say 90% of our intelligence and our mind holds 10. When you start to tune into the sensations of your body gives you information. The military did a study where they had very strong emotional stimuli pictures on a screen. And what they did is they would measure the body's response, how quickly the body responded to seeing the picture. It was joy, happiness, love, horror, blood and guts, you know. And what they realized was your body responds appropriately before the picture is even shown. Your body knows what's happening, and so it actually kind of freaked them out. So they started putting it like at further distance, and it was shown that actually the further away the stimuli was, the body knew it even quicker. So you and I could feel something here, but if something's about to happen far away, you're going to sense it even sooner. We don't know why, but that's just what happens.
That is weird. That is
So
interesting.
you have to understand that we're electromagnetic little bodysuits that we're walking around in. So when you start to see yourself as that and as more technology and not this thing that we don't understand, and we're emotions, but we're very understandable. When you see yourself as a system and then learn to work within that system, then you can control the system.
And that's what you do.
Yeah.
Help you train people with that.
I just train people to take back their power in a way, and to realize that the only power we have is really over ourselves and how we respond. We can't control what happens to us. We can't control what you're going to do, what you're going to say, but I can control how I respond. Now, our response rates are really based on our bodies, these triggers that we have. So as we start to be able to regulate ourselves by using some of these techniques, and also being able to create space and distance, then I have more time, even if it's like 2 or 3 seconds, to think about what I'm going to say, to not react and actually respond, and that's power.
Nice.
It's power in our relationships because it makes for more harmony, you know, but it also translates into business very much. And so a lot of the work that I do is with business leaders and people who influence a lot of people. If you're in a high stress situation, this is about learning how to first maintain the energy that you have, not allow it to leak out. It's about needing more when you want it or need it. So you're at a conference, you're depleted, you're talking all day for 12 hours straight, but on the last day you have to give a talk, you know. So this is about accessing energy that you don't have inside your body, and realizing that you do have access to energy that's not yours. Well, it is yours because you can access it, but it's not like your physical body's energy. And that's not necessarily maintainable forever. You have to restore and you have to rest, but when you need it, you have access. So that's what the system does.
Nice. Can you tell us a bit about your foundation?
Yeah. So we started a energy training company, Inner Expansion Foundation, and it's really about energy intelligence, to bring this idea of energy intelligence to the forefront, like emotional intelligence, our mind's intelligence, to bring the awareness so that we can start to use this as human energy technology, especially with AI and this advancement in other technology. What this does is it gives you that edge in human interaction, because that's what's going to set you apart from other people. And so
How do you know that?
Because
Like, how do you know? Well, how do you know that will set you apart from other people?
because if you're competing with tech technology, then when you have a higher, it's just like higher emotional intelligence set leaders apart from other leaders.
True.
Because they had more relatability. They could now, there's a lot of studies that show how emotional intelligence really sets you apart in the workplace. Well, this is the next level of that, because now you can see and relate, but now you can also start to influence other people on that level. So if you're doing
Is it kind of like where I would say, I wish I knew that 10 years ago. I would have handled that situation so much better. It's because I've gained more emotional intelligence.
Yeah, right.
That's what I think, anyway. That's why I brought that up.
You do handle things better now.
See proof. I do handle things better now. I was like, yeah, it's not so important, or I understand people more, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm a little more passionate about the struggles, like the thing that actually, and we're not going to get all into spirituality as much when I bring this up, but the thing that actually rings in my head is that that's that phrase that I think Christ supposedly said was they don't know what they do, they not know what they do, or however it goes. Because I've realized, like, oh, I wish I'd treated my parents better. I wish I did this. I wish I did that. I was like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I just didn't know, you
Yeah.
know, until I got older and wiser and went, oh, shit, I should have done that.
Well, you gained emotional maturity.
Exactly.
So this is a next level of emotional maturity, because what it does is it allows you to regulate your emotions even more. So you can regulate your emotions now from that place of understanding, compassion, and at the same time, so that's one level of it. What this does is it actually informs your body, so that so when I get triggered by something.
You get triggered by things? I thought you were just calm the whole time, all the time.
I do.
You do?
Yeah, it takes a lot, but I
Yeah.
do get triggered by things. And this allows you to have some space between it, so that the reaction time is maybe not as quick, you know, and you don't get triggered as much, or you get triggered but you're not.
Yeah, I notice I think. This is what I do. I think about it.
Yeah.
And most of the time I choose not to react to something like the way I want to. But
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do it.
Yeah, so for me now, that will happen and everything will rise up in my body, and I take a breath and I breathe out, and usually I need to get up, because what happens is I have a lot of energy. The energy wants to come out, it wants to explode, it wants to, like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So now what I do is I just get up and I walk around. I go to the other room. I might still, but it's more
thought out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more thought out.
That's the difference in murder charges, you know. If you thought it out, or is it spontaneous? Oh, you thought it out, it's worse. You actually had time to second guess yourself and not do this, you're going to jail longer. It was in the heat of the moment, that's all right. Just get a few years, it's fine, we get it. Why would people want that kind of training, human energy training?
Well, most people want to feel better, reduce stress, master yourself, become a better person. And so there's a lot of different ways to do that. And this is one way. So if someone, there's a lot of people that are noticing and becoming more aware of energy dynamics, and they realize that when you become good at it, it does set you apart, because you are now seeing and understanding a whole nother world within another person that they don't realize you see. So it's hard for other people to lie to you. It's hard for them to put one over on you, because now you start to, there's no secrets. When you tune in at this level, you start to know things. You might not know exactly what it is, but you have a feeling, you have a sense, you're picking up on so much more information, which is just, that's what sets you apart in your relationships for sure, but in business. And so
yeah,
that's powerful, but it's also about, like, the better. I have a client who works at one of the big global corporations. He's really high up, and he'll have a session with me every 2 weeks, because what this does is it makes him deal with his employees better. But mostly when he comes home from work and he picks up his kids and his kids are taking 20 minutes to put their shoes on, he doesn't yell at them.
He beats them.
He can take a breath, he can be more patient. So it makes you a better person, and it makes you be able to enjoy the people you love more, and then have that high-powered, stressful job, but being able to just enjoy life. That's a good thing.
That's the reason? Yeah, no, it is
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean,
So,
there's many reasons. It just depends on what people are struggling with, because some people want to be the best version that they can be, you know. So if that's your motivation, this is one way to do that, because it doesn't just give you the energy awareness. What it's doing, it's creating harmony and resonance within your whole system. So you're more grounded, you're more centered, you have access to more energy, vitality, health markers will improve, people's high blood pressure go down.
Oh yeah. It's sad the disconnect there is between modern medicine, I guess, and everything else. Seems like, I've been avoiding going to the doctor for years, and I finally went in. I was like, oh, this is why I don't come in here. I just want to get my blood test, and the actual blood test I want to get, I can't get because they said I was too healthy, and the insurance wouldn't cover it. But I might as well just do it. But it's just to see what vitamins and stuff I'm low on, right? And they're like, you're fine. I'm like, well, we don't know for sure, but thank you, But there is a big disconnect because they don't really, they just want to prescribe you something. If I did have high blood pressure, which I don't, but if you did, I did have it earlier this year when I had the donut shop for sure. I knew I did. I was going to Walmart to test that. I was like, I'm like, stop stressing out, know.
And so stress is such a big thing. Stress impacts us on all levels, our health, our vitality, our, relationships. And so when you can reduce and control stress, that's super powerful. That's what this does. It allows you to change your state, meaning how you feel, you can change and start to influence. So if you feel sad, if you feel angry, if you feel stressed out, by doing these techniques, especially once you practice them within like 5 or 10 minutes, you can change how you feel. And I'm not sure of anything else that can do that except for, maybe drugs.
And our next show will be about doing drugs. The benefits and the negative effects of it.
I think you need another co-host who's a bit more informed.
For that, yeah, maybe. This is her way of saying she doesn't do drugs. How does this create the systematic change?
Well, that's part of the vision of our foundation, is to create systemic change, which starts with ourselves, right?
So you mean like a universal world expression?
Yeah.
Like what? What's it called? If you want to change the world, change yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And so the vision of our company and organization is that first change me. It starts with me, even within a relationship. I can change me, and then I can influence you, and you can do your thing, but I can't change you. And then it's about our community. So we give back in the community. And one of our premises is helping under-resourced leaders in our community. So for me, that would be my community here. I come from Africa. I don't know if you know that.
I do know that.
Fellow African.
I wasn't born there, though. But
that's fine. We're still fellow Africans.
We're from the opposite tips of Africa.
Yeah. Well, you see all these people coming and wanting to save Africa and do all this humanitarian work. Well, this is about creating change where you are. And so what we do is we have programs within our community here. So if you're someone who wants to share this with under-resourced leaders, we'll come in and share this with you. And then it's about putting it into your family, and it ripples out into your family, into the workplace. We have programs where we teach this in the workplace because it's very, very powerful to change how your teams support each other. First, support themselves, but these same principles can ripple out into your organizations and ultimately into the leaders. And if the leaders are doing this and embodying this, then that's how they start to create, systems and things, because it's about first having strength and stability from within and power, it's about cultivating internal power instead of trying to assert power and gain it from someone else or something else, which is our current system. And so if I'm doing that from within and our leaders are embodying that and doing that, and then they realize, well, that is authentic control and power, and it's not needing to get it from somewhere else, hopefully that can ripple out into our world.
Cool. How is it that it seems like things change and they also stay the same? When you say making systemic change, because I believe in that. And I've seen how a bit of my own world has changed, right? Friends coming back, being friends with them again, friends leaving, business associates changing. But I've also seen how things kind of stay the same in the world. Is what we're doing internally actually having an effect on the world?
Is your world changing?
Close, but I don't know if it's really making an impact to the rest of the world.
Yeah, well,
Because it's hard to quantify, you know.
it is hard to quantify. And I think we can have an ideal vision of me changing the world, but ultimately I can just change myself, and I need to concentrate and focus on that. Even though I have this big vision, you know, on my desk it says just do it for me. Because ultimately, if I can be kind of motivated by it, but if I'm motivated too much about wanting to change everything else around me, I need to ask why. Well, if I change myself and I can change my environment, then a lot of what changes actually is not external, it's just how I feel about it. And that changes how I respond and act. And so I don't know, because I can't see how I would have acted or responded another way. But maybe it's not as much about what we see outside, because we can't control that, but just how we feel. Because a lot of times it looks the same outside.
Yeah, like it's similar, but I have a saying about hindsight. Hindsight's bullshit, because you don't really know. If you went back and did this thing that you think you would have given you a different outcome, you don't really know how it goes. Because you could have chosen left instead of right, and then it still turns into a mess anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that's what keeps me grounded and kind of keeps me focused on myself, I guess. And maybe it seems like it's self-centered or selfish, but it's...
Well, you have to take care of yourself to
Yeah.
take care of others.
Exactly.
You do. And I've had to make that choice a few times, like taking care of my parents. I had to make sure I took care of myself so I could take care of them. Because if I was a mess and I didn't get enough sleep and I sacrificed everything,
Yeah.
I could not handle all their crap and doctors and everything, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe it's even just remembering that one premise, you know, because leaders in organization do that a lot. Managers, I talk to a lot of managers who are so depleted and so stressed out and burnt out.
I see moms do that a lot.
Exactly.
Moms do it a lot.
Well, that we were just told that we have to do that. But exactly, even moms realizing you can take 5 minutes and close your door, and your kids can just know, do not open the door. Like my kids were trained. If they walk in and my eyes are closed and I'm meditating, they don't say mom, they walk out the door.
Oh, good.
They know, like, because I would tell them I'm meditating, you know, 10 minutes, a reset. But then you're also teaching your children to take care of themselves first.
I do that with my guests and my tenants. I'm like, look, when you see me, don't talk to me unless you have to, because there's no need, you know.
Yeah.
I can't talk to everybody all the time, and it just keeps like piranha just chewing on you, right?
So that's
Like,
a boundary. That's one of the things that...
But a lot of people don't like boundaries.
But that's okay.
They get offended by it.
But that's okay. Because we're teaching, this is a part of what we're teaching, is as you embody good boundaries, you teach other people that boundaries are actually needed and healthy. Because the premise of the system is first awareness and being able to know what's happening within your system. The second one is to be able to, it's about knowing the mechanisms of how energy moves. It's very simple. It's like a light switch. Energy just moves in your body through circuits, just like electrical circuits on the lights. And then there are these mechanisms of...
You can literally feel it.
You can.
Anxiety, stress, happiness, joy.
Exactly.
All those things.
So when you start to think of your body as the circuit, then it's about, well, what you're doing is you're keeping it in. You're not allowing your energy out. So you're being efficient with your system. And
because I've seen it draining. Like
Yes.
I was just talking to my buddy Joe about this, and like there's friends I love, but if they don't give me the feedback or the same kind of love or responses, and you and I have talked about this, I'm like, okay, well, then I have to put you in a different classification because it's just draining me.
Yeah, it's not. So what it
If
is,
I'm always doing the pulling, it's just draining.
yeah, so the system is having an outflow, but it doesn't have an inflow. So good relationships have an inflow and an outflow. It's this infinity sign of energy flow between us, and that's what feels good to us. So we're not seeing it that way, but that's what feels good. When someone is always just taking, so if you are a manager and you have all these people like, I need you, I need you, I need you.
Yeah.
So you have to give them, but how can you have those? You can't have a physical boundary because they need to interact, but you can start to have an energetic boundary so that you can give them what they need without them taking your energy.
Yeah, sometimes I'd be like, well, what do you think we should do? And
Yeah.
then let them answer it to make sure, because you're still in charge or the manager. Well, maybe don't do that. What else could you do, right? Or that's a great idea. So you could have done that without me. Okay, great. And you try to train them, like you're saying.
Yeah. And
So before we run out of
Yeah.
time, tell us about this book we're talking about.
oh yes, so I'm writing a book. It's called The Resonance Method, and it's basically teaching you all of these things we're talking about: the awareness, how to keep it in, how to get more into the system, like when you need it, more energy, vitality, but then also how to start radiating it out. And so what it is we actually have a course, a signature course as well, to teach people how to do this. It's simple, it's easy, and once you understand it and know it, it's free. You don't have to pay someone to do this. You can just do it yourself. So it's gaining the sovereignty over yourself and your energy.
Nice.
Yeah. So the book, we're writing it at this time. I'm writing it.
Cool.
But the course starts, well, it's ongoing. So the next one starts in December.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's easy, it's virtual, it's online. Right now it's in person. So meaning they're live sessions.
How do people get a hold of you if they want to work with you?
The best way, innerexpansionfoundation.org, our website.
Innerexpansionfoundation.org.
Yes, or social media, Salenta Fox. You can message me anywhere.
Are there any other Salenta Foxes?
I don't think so. No?
I don't know. I did look for you. You're the only one that popped up, but
There
we're in
might
close
be,
proximity.
but none of them have a public profile. How about that?
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. And what's the join our movement and give back?
Oh, so yes, we are a nonprofit, so we accept donations, and what we do with that is create more of these programs, especially because we're just starting out. It allows us to go out into the community and do more of these giving back programs. And you can also give back so we have a monthly energy maintenance community called The Field, where it's a very low price. You can come in.
That's cool.
Yeah, like the Resonance Field,
Nice.
where you can tune in and you don't have to do it yourself. You get a clearing. You do learn about the system, and you can talk to other people about it, but it's about kind of getting an energy tune-up every month. And so you can also sponsor that. You can.
What's the cost on that?
It's $49.
It is low. It's low.
Yeah. And so, I mean, you get 2 clearings a month. And if you had an energy session with someone, you're going to pay far more than that. And so what you can do is you can give back by signing up to pay for someone to have this. Yeah.
Oh, cool. And then there's different levels to work with you.
Yes. Yes. So there's energy mastery, mentorship. Basically, if you are a leader, you're someone who works in these high stress environments and want to learn how to, well, firstly, just regulate yourself. That takes a bit of time, and learn how to do this yourself and to start to cultivate this inner resiliency and strength within yourself. We work one-on-one together. And then what I also do is train energy practitioners. So I used to be an energy healer. Well, I have been for the last 5 years, but I've done coaching for a long time. And so as I started doing energy psychology, I realized that I could clear someone and do energy on them with us talking. I don't have to lie on a table and you sit there. Now, I do that as well.
I think she does that all the time, actually.
I
think
do.
You do. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think you do.
you can feel and sense it. So what I do is the resonance method practitioner is teaching people how to do that. So if you're a coach, if you're someone else, this is an add-on modality so that you can start to energetically clear and assist people and influence people. But it's a certification program that you go through, and to be able to firstly master your own energy, but to extend this to your clients, and it amplifies the benefits of whatever modality you have. If you're a massage therapist, if you're a coach, if you're someone who does any personal development work or healing work, it's very powerful.
Cool.
So
cool. Well, thank you, Salenta, for being on the show. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You can find her at
innerexpansionfoundation.org.
innerexpansionfoundation.org, or search for Salenta Fox on social media.
Yes, or at the bottom of this video, we'll put some links.
Yeah, there'll be some links at the bottom of this video. So thank you, folks, for watching and listening to the UltraPerform Show, the show about performing your best. Keep your eyes and ears open for our next show coming up soon. See you later.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just turn these off. We're still live. Just don't start chewing me out yet.